Shannon Brown is with us today, out helping with the Operation Dad 2008 effort. Her husband is deployed on his third tour in Afghanistan. And Shannon, thanks for the great work you're doing. I know the troops appreciate it. I know the families appreciate also knowing that we're out there working and helping and talking about the moms and dads and the aunts and uncles and the grandfathers and grandmothers that are deployed in these dusty places on the front row of freedom. And we appreciate, first of all, your husband's service and all his fellow men and women in uniform. Appreciate you stepping out with us and helping to kind of organize this effort at the Madison Church of Christ. It's kind of grown out of any proportion, I think, to what you guys originally thought. I think y'all figured, oh, we'll get some stuff, for the troops, and this thing's kind of just exploded.
Right. We started out asking for 200 boxes to send over for Father's Day, and that's kind of how I initially got the name Operation Dad. But it is going now, trying to get 6,000 care packages, and it's going to all the men, the women, single, married, everything. Everybody should get a care package this time.
And we think about doing this stuff at Thanksgiving and at Christmas, but it's 120 degrees, 110 to 120 over there. I've been over there a couple of times. When you're in 60 pounds of body armor and gear, it's an even hotter 120 than you might think. Just moving around is an effort, and yet these guys are having to engage in combat operations in very tough conditions. Just that little remembrance that folks back home care and are thinking about you, and just the mince, the granola, the kind of beef jerky, the stuff we're gathering. It is amazing how much of a difference that makes. Not because they can't get, in most of the mess halls, they got more stuff than they can imagine. As they've joked when I've been over there, they're the first army to go to war on snack food. But it's not the snack food, it's that somebody cared enough to send it, and that's what really matters.
Exactly, and we are including a note of encouragement with every care package. We also have, they're going to be sent in backpacks with a Beanie Baby or small toy that the guys can also give to the Afghan children, and spread the word through that way that we're there, we genuinely care about them.
One of the things that one of our tennis playing listeners pointed out is that, tennis players, they'll go play, and after you hit a tennis ball around for a little while, the high-class tennis players don't want to keep playing with that ball. But, man, there is not a kid in the world who doesn't love a ball. And those slightly used tennis balls are a great gift for some kid in some village in Afghanistan or Iraq. And just, look around your house at the kind of stuff that some kid, maybe you've got Beanie Babies, maybe you've got some of those old toys that to you are not worth that much, but man, to a kid in the village, that's going to be one of the greatest gifts they've ever got.
Yes, and we just got a donation from Benjamin Franklin with 60 dozen little hacky sack balls that they brought to add to the packages. So we're excited about that. The children will have a blast.
Ron Samuels from Avenue Bank dropped by earlier this morning. They've made a nice donation to help ship the packages. A lot of folks are stepping up, and we really appreciate it. If you'd like to drop by, make a donation, find out more about Operation Dad, or go online, OperationDad2008.com, and we've got to get this stuff all gathered together by May 21st because we want to be able to ship it out, get it to the troops by Father's Day, because that's kind of the focal point of this particular effort. Shannon, what are you hearing from your husband in terms of the morale, in terms of the attitude of the troops? I mean, I know the times I've been over there when they watch the CNNs and the Fox News reports that don't seem to have any connection to what they're actually doing. It can be a bit frustrating. Do they understand how much Americans really do appreciate what they're doing and the sacrifices they're making?
I think to an extent they do. I really think that this right now is absolutely, my husband is just thrilled to death to see what all's going on here, and he's been able to check on the website and see what's going on, so he's very excited, and the morale I think is good there. But they do need our support. They need to know that people here do care about them and appreciate what they're doing.
This is his third deployment, and you guys have kids.
Third in 3 years, yes.
Talk a little bit about, and one on the way.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Talk a little bit about the family. I mean, how do you guys work through this? And I know it's not only when they leave, but when they come back, it's a transition as well. Suddenly you got some guy interfering with your stuff. You kind of got the house and the kids running in a good routine, and suddenly there's this guy hanging around again.
That's right. It is a difficult transition. It's one that we've learned to get used to. We have a 3-year-old and a 4.5-year-old, and then another on the way. So they do miss Dad a lot, and we talk about him all the time. We send care packages all the time to him. It is an adjustment, and the families, I just cannot tell you how much they appreciate it, because the wives and the children are left behind and carrying the whole workload. So it's a big adjustment, and just knowing that you have friends there to support you, a good church family maybe that can just help you, because you're not necessarily surrounded by family. And
One of the things that I've suggested, again, my dad was in the Air Force, so we grew up in the same kind of thing, deployments, and he was in Vietnam for a year when I was about 12. So it rings home for me with my boys being about that same age, that just seek out these people, because with not only the active duty but also the reserve and the guard folks, people in your community are deployed right now, and whether it's your church group, whether it's your civic club, seeking them out and saying, hey, what can we do to help, and not taking no for an answer ought to be a big part of it as well. And that's why it's good. The Madison Church of Christ really kind of did this. It's not a post. It's not a group that's right there at Fort Campbell, but it's a community saying, hey, these are our people, and we're going to take care of them.
Right. Just anything that, just the simple thing is, could you babysit my children for 2 hours while I go to the grocery store? that is a blessing to a military spouse. So,
one of the things that the first Gulf War, everybody pretty much from Fort Campbell went home. The troops deployed, and Fort Campbell was a ghost town because everybody went home to mother and father and to family. In recent years, the military said, no, let's stay here. Let's hug up and take care of each other. Is that working out better? Are you seeing that this is a better plan than kind of everybody scattered to the winds?
I do think it is, and I think the military community as a unit do just totally support each other and surround each other, and neighbors and friends are there to help you out with everything you need, and they have a great family readiness group for every brigade or unit. So I do think it's working. I think it's brought them closer together.
Well, if you care about our troops, if you care about our country, this is a great way to show that you're willing to put your money where your mouth is, put your action where your heart is. Drop by and join us right now at the Exxon Tiger Market. We're gathering items for Operation Dad 2008. OperationDad2008.com on the web is where you can find out more details and all the other drop-off locations. And Shannon, God bless you. God bless your husband, all those troops. And we appreciate the great effort you guys are doing. And we'll talk with you again soon. And good luck with this new one on the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.